Welcome to Reds Access, your weekly Cincinnati Reds talk show, going over Reds games, news, and more. I'm your host, Collin alongside Kyler Osterberger. As always, Kyler, last time we met, we were real negative on where the Reds were. They were right around 500, but man, it was a tough 500. Things have turned around for the better. So we're going to talk about a couple, can't even believe it, streaks coming to an end, some hot bats today. And then where the playoff picture stands as the Reds play today to not only sweep the Twins, but find themselves in a playoff spot. So more to come over the next 30 minutes on Reds Access. Kyler, the streak is dead, as I kind of hinted in the beginning. It's kind of hard to believe, man. And I didn't know it was this bad, but 39 straight series, dropping the first game and coming in and losing the rest, not winning a series in 39 straight series. They did beat the Tigers 8-4 to break that, but that was a game I think I was kind of biting my fingernails, just waiting for it to go wrong, I guess, in so many ways. But glad to see it passed.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that was actually a really, really great series to watch, especially how good Detroit has been this year. And for us to do that and break that streak is kind of special, I guess. So, but yeah, that game had me on the edge of my seat for sure. That was that little late inning rally, which I saw some type of statistic that like us down in the seventh inning or later, where I forget what it was, but
it was just about it was I know it was
0-29. Yeah, it was 0-29, and we rallied in the seventh. We were down 4-2 to come back and win 8-4. Also in that series, I think Elly had the 4 consecutive games with a home run as well. So that was really good to kind of see a lot of things we complained about 2 weeks ago, and people not showing up. It definitely felt different during that series. We felt like a different team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw. So the first Twins game come back on the homestand. We've got 3 at home, I think 3 away, and 3 back at home. First Twins game, there was 28,000 people there to watch the game on a Tuesday. And then yesterday was Elly bobblehead night, so you can't really count that, but almost 40,000 people. The fact of the matter is 28,000 people are going to show up on a Tuesday to watch the Reds when they're playing good baseball. If you win games, they'll show up. Yeah. We talked about it, the never-ending cycle of not showing up. But man, I want to keep this a positive. I mean, the Reds are rolling right now. If you win games, they'll show up. There are Reds fans out there. Anytime you look at a video of a Reds game in 2010, every game was packed. There was not a single game where it was not packed.
Yeah, people want to show
up. You're right. Elly homered in 4 straight games. That was big. I think that turned on the offense, helped us come back. Kyler, I think this might be the turning point in the season, especially when you consider guys like Austin Hayes set to return shortly and Noel Marte negative on his MRI coming back in the near future as well.
Yeah, and just recently as well, winning the series against the Twins as well, which is that final game that's today at 12:40.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to win pretty much back-to-back series is a great feeling as well. And I think we were talking right before we got on here, was if the Padres get swept, we're like in a playoff contention, or we're half game back.
Yeah, no, if the Padres get swept, Padres lose today, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah. So it feels like a lot has changed in the 2 weeks since we last reported our thoughts and how things were going. And like you said, Hayes coming back, I feel like he's one of our more consistent hitters. So I'm very excited. Marte being negative on an MRI is also great news for me as well. Benson, I feel like, has been doing really well since we kind of sent him down on that little like AAA confidence boost at the beginning of the season. He's turned that around, and I feel like, in my opinion, his confidence is slowly creeping in, or it's already might be back, because he doesn't look like he's struggling whatsoever, in my opinion.
On Will Benson for a second, Kyler. So Will Benson, yeah, it does not look like he's struggling at all. I have changed my Twitter handle to a Will Benson themed Twitter handle. I've about given up on Christian Encarnacion's Instagram. We'll say that for a different day. Will Benson is looking great, just like he did in 2023. Will Benson definitely was struggling. I maintain you send a guy down, Kyler, or you bring a guy up to face Justin Verlander, who's one of the most accurate pitchers of all time, and he just throws 8 every time he comes up, throws the pitches exactly where he knows Will Benson can't get to him. That's tough. But Will Benson is 90th percentile or above Kyler on StatCast and expected on base, batting average, slugging, exit velocity, barrel, hard hit rate, and sweet spot rate. So Will Benson, and chase rate, by the way. Will Benson has an elite eye. He is chasing under 20% of the pitches and swinging at over 70% of pitches inside the zone. So Will Benson is a elite eye, elite. His StatCast right now looks like a superstar, Kyler, and he's been so unlucky. We've talked about it throughout the year. Once he gets enough at bats to even out that unluckiness, I wouldn't be shocked if you're seeing a Will Benson like 2023, where again people forget he was one of the top 15 players in the league. Genuinely, by OPS, he was a top 15 player in the MLB that year. He didn't get the whole year to play, so not qualifying, but the whole year he was just incredible. And I think he's right back there. And not just Will. Ellie's been hot. Friedel has been really stellar. And guys like Steer hit a home run last night, Kyler, and guys like McLean are coming around, almost average up to 200. The slap's coming together at the right time.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it feels like almost the energy is just a little bit different than compared to a couple weeks ago, where it felt like we were almost just like running on flat, just like empty. It seems like there's some of that spirit's coming back. I think we're 9-2 in the last 11 games, or 8-2 in the last 10 games, whatever you prefer to go by. But it definitely is a big turnaround. I think pitcher consistency as well is playing into that with the bullpen and the rotation. Andrew Abbott, I think, has been incredible this year. Almost ace-like material. And I know we talked probably 2 months ago about how he's very crafty, doesn't have anything like very showy or flashy, but just very crafty with how he can get hitters out. So he's been playing great. Wade Miley has stepped in and has had some servable starts just to kind of get us over that hill with Green battling injuries. So I can't complain on the pitching side. So it just seems like we're finally kind of getting that balance between offense and defense and getting runs scored and holding and just winning games, which is great to see.
Yeah, I mean, Abbott had a really good start the other day, too. It got blown up because of a CES throwing error from third base that led to a 3-run home run. But he had a really solid start. His ERA is still sub-2 for the year. He's looking really good. And he doesn't have any signs of slowing down. I was actually concerned about last start because of the complete game last time out. But he looks healthy. He looks good. Miley's giving serviceable innings, which 5 innings, 6 innings, 2-3 runs for Miley is more than you could ask for. I love to see that. And really, even Miley knows he's buying time for Chase Burns. I know what Miley had been asked to be brought up earlier, put in the bullpen. I know I think from my understanding of reading the article correctly, he basically told like Terry Francona, give it to one of the younger guys, like let a young guy take my spot, like don't. And then when he had time to start, when they needed to start, came up and he's performing. I don't know, do you want to touch on the Wade Miley thing? I know we're all being positive Wade Miley. Do you want to touch on the
Overdose? So there was some breaking news a couple days ago about the Tyler Skaggs
which,
overdose.
By the way, crazy how involved the Reds are in this, Kyler, because Matt Harvey as well. They got Matt Harvey. That was a thing. And we knew like he was giving Tyler Skaggs stuff. That came out years later. And now here we are again doing the same thing. The Reds just can't stay away from it.
Yeah. And actually, I'm looking up really quick. I know that Wade Miley made a statement. I just don't want to like kind of say it back and it be wrong. But something along the lines of like he is not affiliated with this and kind of just going under the rug and like, this is like hands off. But yeah, so a couple days ago that came out that he supplied Skaggs with some medicine, let's say, in the 2012-2013 season with the Diamondbacks. He's saying that he has nothing to do with that. So I'm not going to get too crazy into it with YouTube and policies and all that kind of stuff, but Miley could be a part of the overdose. How it happened.
At least it sounded like almost got him started, is what it sounded like. It was almost like
he had a hand in it.
That it was more like he was one of the first guys. Oh, here, try this.
Right. He had his hand in it, but he's saying that like he's never been a part of it, which obviously, why would he not say that? But yeah, like exactly what you said. Just like something happened in that 2012-2013 seasons between Miley and Skaggs, and that may have attributed to his issues, and then OD in 2019. So yeah, just some more publicity for the Reds, just like the Bengals where we freaking draft cons and women beater and
every week. Yeah.
Get punched in an elevator.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we don't do is all the Bengals bad news. There's teams that are way worse that get told about way less. I mean, it's the, Speaking of bad news football players, this is totally relevant to Reds podcast. I saw Henry Ruggs is eligible for probation next year.
I saw that too. He was at some event.
He's like, well, yeah, but he's like, he's trying to speed up to like get back to speed on the.
Yeah, he's like training.
I feel absolutely terrible for what happened to the girl, and I know she died because of his mistake, right?
Yeah. With
that said, from all sources, he has been so understanding of his. Again, you can't take away you took somebody's life, but I don't know why he wouldn't get another shot at the NFL. I mean, there are guys that Ray Lewis. I mean, that way worse than that. I mean, they're both. I understand, but like there have been guys that have been way worse than what happened, and they give another shot at the NFL. In terms of circumstance, I want to go back really quick to Will Benson before I move on. I wonder when Hayes comes back where Will Benson fits in the lineup, and I hope Terry Francona does not put Will Benson on the bench. What should happen, Kyler, is Jake Fraley should go to the bench and be our platoon bat. And Jake Fraley's been better than he was early in the year, and we had a lot of questions about him, but he's still hitting 220. At the end of the day, I still trust Will Benson at his 800 OPS level to continue to maintain that OPS, and I don't trust Jake Fraley to have the power that Will Benson has. Alternatively to that, guys like Rhys Hines in AAA has 4 home runs in the majors and 10 in the minors this year. Rhys Hines is hitting almost 400, by the way, in June.
Yeah, he's looking really good in the minors.
But we don't have a place for him. We do not. In the outfield, it will be Austin Hayes, TJ Friedel, Benson, Fraley on the bench. We do bringing Hines up off. Hines strikes out too much to be a bench bat. He needs to be a guy that gets up there, hits 180 with 25 home runs a year. I would imagine Reds fans, you would see Rhys Hines as part of a trade package come next month. They're going to keep him. They're keeping him there. I imagine he gets shipped out for somebody, alongside somebody for somebody. I wouldn't doubt that at all. And I hope, by the way, that wasn't even what I was going with that. But, we hope the Reds can compete against, keep this game going. And the Reds, by the way, play a lot of games, Kyler, against playoff level teams. So we're getting into this kind of conversation. Before we get into this, I'll say we hope the Reds can be buyers, Kyler, at the deadline. And that's why I say I think Hines gets shipped out. Did you see Nick Krall's comments the other day?
I did not. Maybe I did.
I want to shield your ears for this one. Nick Krall.
Is it the Elly De La Cruz contract?
It was part of that conversation. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. Scott Boras is never signing an extension with the Reds. That's just not going to happen. He's never going to. It's not. I will not be mad at the Reds for missing out on Elly De La Cruz. I won't be, because I know his agent. I know that's not happening. I will not be mad at the Reds for not extending Elly De La Cruz.
He'll be a Dodger or a Yankee.
Now, then all of a sudden he'll be a 99 overall and everything. Yeah. Now, what I will say, though, is Nick Krall got asked about the trade deadline and if we're going to be buyers or sellers. And if we were buyers, what would we get? And we got Krall again, Kyler. He said this time, he goes, what a team needs always is more pitching depth. The real acquisition we're getting is our healthy guys back, which means we're doing nothing again. There's no plans to do anything with trade. And I hope that's just GM speak.
Our plan is to get them back before the trade deadline. The players we already have.
Yeah, that's our big trade deadline acquisition is get guys back healthy.
I saw some crazy stuff on Twitter about Acuna. What do we need to do to get Acuna here? And I was like, there's physically no way. I don't know. Maybe if he got.
Well, then Devers got traded to the Giants for. I mean, here's the deal.
Nothing, pretty much.
Well, no. So originally it looked like nothing. It was Kyle Harrison, who would be like Rhett Lauder or Chase Petty, or one of those guys. And then there were a couple other to be named later. Those to be named laters, Kyler ended up being like their number 1 draft pick last year. It'd be like us giving up Chase Burns and Rhett Lauder.
Yeah.
So it was.
They got a lot of prospects for him, and he was also causing a lot of drama in Boston by not switching his position and just kind of calling the shots.
$260 million over the next 6 years, and that's why the Reds would never be. And they took, by the way, the Giants took every bit of that contract over. But man, it would have been awesome to get Rafi Devers playing third base for the Reds, and he would have played third base. We don't have it
Yeah, we don't really.
That would have totally changed up. But
I like Marte at third base, but yeah, we don't have a solidified all-star third baseman.
Well, I think Marte can. Marte's only 24. I mean,
I know that's what I'm saying. I like Marte, so for Devers to come here, I mean, how beneficial? I mean, short term, yeah, but long term, how beneficial?
Well, he said he'd be fine playing first base for the Giants. So put him at first base and send Strand out to.
But I don't know. I've heard a lot of drama about Devers, but whatever.
Yeah. It sounded like he just had issues with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get some guys, and we need to get back. We'll talk closer to the trade deadline about trade deadline acquisition targets and stuff. But the math is starting to math, Kyler. All this said about asking about we're going to be buyers, we're going to be sellers, talking about good baseball, about needing to win against good teams. We're facing 3 straight series against good teams, the Twins being one of them, and Kyler are going for the sweep today. We ship out to St. Louis and play the Cardinals 3 games. That's huge for the division, by the way. Absolutely huge. The Cardinals are tied with us and the Brewers, I believe, for the division right now in second place. If they're not tied with us, they are. Let me pull it up really quick. They are 1 game behind. Let me see. Cardinals are 38 and 35. We're 39 and 35. Cardinals are a game behind us, half game behind us. So we need to win that series. Then we go play the Yankees, Kyler. The Yankees are coming to town in Cincinnati. That's 3 big series, and it doesn't stop there, by the way. We play after a day off. The reason why I stopped there is just the day off. We play the Padres for 3 games, who we need to beat to get in the playoffs. Kyler, we got some big games coming up.
Yeah, no, we do. And I'm hoping that us staying hot can kind of run into that those series coming up. But I feel like the Reds need to at least go 6-3 in the upcoming 9 games just to kind of stay in that striking distance, which ideally would be 2-1 in each series. So winning the series, I would love a sweep, obviously, but I think if we win 5 or less games over these next couple games or series, I feel like it might be kind of a danger zone for the Reds. So really just the key to that is just our bullpen usage, just being smart with that, clutch hitting, which I know we've struggled with a little bit earlier in the season, but hopefully with everyone being hot and just kind of getting our offense, I feel like, up to speed to where it should be. Hopefully the clutch hitting comes in with that as well. And then just discipline, just less errors, making throws, routine plays, stuff like that. I think we can do it though. I think 6-3 is realistic over the next 9 games.
Yeah, I do too. I think that the reason why 6-3 is a big number to me is it keeps us growing. Right, you want to keep growing on those leads that the Cubs have. The Cubs, by the way, have won 3 in a row, or we've won 4 in a row. So I say this because the Cubs are also rolling right now. We can't seem to make up any ground against them. They're 6.5 up in the division in June. The Cubs are the second best team in the NL right now. First, I think the best record in the NL. Yep, they do. They've one better game than the Dodgers do. So. The Cubs are the best team in the league right now. Best team behind the Tigers. So best team in the NL, second best in the MLB. Cubs are a really good team. I have an issue with shooting for the wild card. I think that Reds, we got a playoff spot. That's awesome. Let's win the division. Let's go out there. Let's win some games. And we have to keep going 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 to control it ourselves. Do you remember the Bengals last year, Kyler? They don't control their own destiny. This guy has to lose. This guy has to win.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that position in September.
And we missed it by a hair.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that position in September. Well, we missed it. What team was it? One of those teams, like the Broncos, benched their whole team.
Yeah, so Kansas City. No, Kansas City benched
the whole team against the Broncos. They didn't want.
Broncos won, they got in. We missed it by a hair, but going off your point, just like that with the Bengals finishing 9-8 and praying for all these different outcomes for us to make it in, I don't want to be in that same spot here. I agree with you that the 6-3 start building that lead, win the division. I'd much rather have that than just kind of like sneak on into the playoffs and just be happy, which I mean, I would be still happy that we got a playoff spot, but those slipping in, it almost feels like it's a teeter-totter of what you're going to do in that game.
Listen, this is a 90-win team. It's a 90-win team. I think I've said on paper for a while, it's a 90-win team. Right now, we are trending for 85 wins, 86 wins.
I think said 85 at the beginning.
And I think we're not even playing our best baseball. I think now we're playing our best baseball. We honestly, our first 2 months of the season, which, by the way, historically, the Reds are trying to make up ground from terrible starts. So if we're looking at this team, and not just historically, but this team that's on paper right now has done this over the last 2 years, we're probably in a pretty good spot.
I was going to say, it seems like we're in a better spot than we normally are at this point.
I want to go on a run. I want to have a playoff spot at the All-Star break so we can say, yeah, we're going to get stuff done at the deadline. But right now, Kyler, we're in a pretty decent spot. I want to go to your points you made. Bullpen's important, but really important is clutch hitting. The Rally Reds seem to return, right?
Yeah.
I remember in 2023, dude, we were the scariest 80 and 82 team, 81 and 81, or 82 and 80 team. Anybody
never knew when we were going to, we were going to
pop off for 8 all the time. Runs. And by the way, we've done that still this year. We've had a lot of shutouts. We've had 9 shutouts in 75 games. But we've also scored 14, 20. We've had big games. So we got to keep it going, though, because those big games, those make our run differential look good. But there's been a lot of games, Kyler, we've been down 1-0, and the team just doesn't care. It's just unable to fight. Yeah. And finally, there's life in this team. I love it. I got to be real. I don't know if it took a while for the hitting to catch on to what was being taught. But have you seen the meme going around Twitter of the Terry Francona roller coaster ride?
No, I have not.
It's like a schedule and it says you are here. It shows a map and it's hold on. I got to look this up. So
just up and down of hitting.
Yeah. So there's a meme on Twitter. I don't think I'm able to find it real quick, but it's basically it's a map. And it's first it's man, we hired Terry Francona. This is awesome. Terry Francona sucks. Terry Francona needs to retire. This Terry guy's all right. It's every month. And finally it's dude, Terry might know what he's doing. And it's Terry Francona, you're a god. And it just goes each month. And then by the end of the year, by the Terry playoffs, Terry, you're an idiot. Anyways, we have hit every mark on this.
Right.
But here's the deal. They make the playoffs in the meme. So okay, get us back on the winning track. Just get us there, Right. Let us go on a run. But clutch hitting is important. Defense is important. I want a guy like Hayes back, who's a bona fide outfielder. I want Benson and Hayes in the corners because they have good arms. Fraley does not have a good arm. Nobody else on our team has a good arm from the outfield. Reese Hines has a great arm, but you can't put him in an everyday lineup. You can't. Maybe you bring him up to be a left-handed platoon bat with Benson and have him be your 5th outfielder. That might be something to look at. But otherwise, you can't bring Reese Hines. Or you put him at first base. Strand's not doing anything right now. Yeah. I'd rather have a guy that's hitting 180 with 25 home runs than 205 with 5.
Right. Yeah, just something to get production up.
But at the end of the day, Kyler, 85 wins, 86 wins puts us, if that's what we're actually going for right now, I'd say we're running a pretty good chance to have a playoff run. 86 and 76 would be the record. I've seen worse teams make the playoffs. If we get 90 wins, we should have a spot. and we're only 4 games away. It's one guy at the trade deadline. It's one run of hot baseball. We're just a game away, man. We're just a couple games away. And I really do think this team's really close to being at what we expected it to be. And I think it's going to be a really fun rest of the year.
Yeah, and it now is the time to put the foot on the gas and get hot and run through, like you said, get to the All-Star break, see where we're at. Hopefully they have a different mindset on acquisitions when we get there, especially if we're in striking distance or leading the division, hopefully. So, yeah, we'll see how it all shakes up I feel like the next month is pretty crucial on where we think we're going to end up for the year.
100%. I think, man, as much as I hate what Krall said about the Reds and having like, oh yeah, we need, our trade deadline acquisitions, be getting our team back healthy. As much as I hate that, to be honest with you, Kyler, I do kind of agree. I think that getting guys like Hayes back would be really vital to this team playing well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look here to learn the 4, 6, 6, and 4. I'm trying to figure out our record this month. So we're 10-5 this month so far. So if we finish the month out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We finish this month out 16-10, 18-8. That'd be a really solid month of baseball, man. And we go in July, and finally in July we get over this good stretch of teams. In July we finish, by the way, going in July with the Red Sox and the Phillies. But we go into Miami. We should win those games. That's home. We have a Miami and Colorado Rockies 7-game home stretch, Kyler. And that's right before the All-Star break. We need to be in a position right there. We need to be in a position right there to be a competing team and get some stuff out of the deadline. We go on a road trip, Mets, Nats, Rays, Dodgers, Braves. We can't let that cloud us, and those games that are against tough teams cloud us from the team that we have. We've got to play good baseball from here to the break. For next month of baseball, we got to have 20-10 or 15-5, 15-8, a good run of baseball.
I agree. Get hot now and keep it.
Yeah, keep it going. For the first time in a while, though, man, I've been excited to watch Reds baseball. I was getting to a point there for a little while. And I'm a huge Reds fan, Kyler. Man, the Reds know how to suck it out of me. I was turning on the game every day because what and I was just like,
just side-eyeing it.
Yeah, turning it off when I see strike 3 called on a down the middle fastball from Stevenson. But man, I'm looking
frustrated.
Frustrated's a good word for it. But I'm looking forward to good baseball. I'm looking forward to the next month. I think we're gonna get some guys back, be really healthy. And hopefully, Kyler, we're here next week talking about a team that's totally turned the corner, has continued turning the corner, rather, and kept playing good baseball throughout the weekend. And we're making up ground on the Cubs, or at least have a playoff spot. Talk on next Tuesday and really start talking some good baseball.
Yeah,
that's where I'd like to be for sure.
Yep, I'm right there with you. So hopefully next Tuesday we have another positive message.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no more like the last episode where she's like, we gotta talk. That is the worst 500 team I've ever seen.
We were crashing out.
Yeah, big time. Thank you all for joining as always. We will be back next Tuesday, as mentioned, with more. But always make sure to subscribe, comment, follow along with us, talk along in the comments. Just go ahead and, we have tons of videos up, shorts as well. But you can really go through the whole season and watch the roller coaster ride with us every week from really spring training and our expectations. So our expectations getting very grounded and then coming back up. And we'll see how this roller coaster ride looks at the end of the year. But as always, guys, Collin for Kyler. Rounding third and headed for home. We'll see you guys next week here on Reds Access. So Kyler, any last words here to part us off?
Rounding third and heading for home. Go Reds, baby.
Oh, you're gonna copy mine. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Just
see you next
hopefully we'll see some more exciting baseball coming up to the All-Star break. So I'm excited to see what happens over the next couple weeks.
See you guys next Tuesday.